What? Excuse me? I didn't even know fucking the engineers were striking. Wow. Trump and Kamala Harris saddened by Biden's prostate cancer diagnosis. That is unfortunate. What is it? It's what, 41% chance to get cancer apparently. One. Yeah, right here. Overall lifetime risk. So throughout your life at some point you might get cancer. Sucks. Oh wait, I'm blocking it. My bad. There it is. There it is. I don't make the rules, okay? That's God in biology. 20, age and cancer risk. The incidence rates of cancer overall climb steadily as age increases. From fewer than 26 cases per 100,000 people in age groups under age 20 to about 350 per 100,000 people. Among those 45-49 to more than 1,000 per 100,000 people in age groups 60 years and older. That's why cancer sucks, right? Because, yeah, gotta make do. Sucks. That's why you always get checked out, right? That's why you go fucking to the doctors, right? You don't want fucking cancer. Well, you gotta always, you know, get the diagnosis check. Well, I mean, that's why you have physicals, right? The reason why you have physicals is to check, hey, we hope you don't have cancer. Or President Joe Biden diagnosed with aggressive form of prostate cancer. Uh-oh. So the common cancers are pretty much breast cancer, prostate cancer, and liver. I want to say liver. I forgot, but it's prostate and breast. Actually, there's I think well, I mean, the research I did was on fucking 5 types. Those are breast, kidney, prostate, lung. What was the other one? Colon. That's the other one, colon. So yeah, those 5 are probably 5 of the most common cancers. And then there's obviously variations of those. Uh, On Sunday, May 18th, 2025, former President Joe Biden announces that he received a diagnosis previous Friday of prostate cancer that advanced and has spread to his bones. Oh. Yeah, once it gets to your bones, yeah, that's not good. The diagnosis followed Biden experiencing increasing urinary symptoms and the discovery of a prostate nodule during a medical checkup last week. The cancer was has metastasized to Biden's bones, but appears hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management, and he is viewing treatment options with his family and doctors. Okay, well, that's good. Well, it's still aggressive, unfortunately, so we'll see how that goes. Biden, age 82, received a cancer score of 9, indicating a more aggressive disease. And many political figures, including the longtime opponent Donald Trump, have offered their wishes for his recovery. The diagnosis highlights ongoing concerns about Biden's health that influenced his 2024 presidential race withdrawal amid age debates, while his prior cancer moonshot initiative aims to have cancer deaths in 25 years. And now he became a patient statistic and a test subject. All in a blink of an eye. uh... There's a former prostate, has a approach to his bones. According to his personal office statement, Biden's diagnosis of all urinary symptoms. That includes Gleason score of 9 metastasis to the bone. I like how they don't fucking, when they write these, they don't even fucking know how they got that, whatever. The Gleason score is basically a scoring rank, well, a scoring system, or how aggressive, yeah, cancer is. So, and then these grades, the score ranges from 6 to 10, with high scores indicating aggressive cancer. Calculated by adding the grades of the two most common patterns. For example, if the common pattern is a grade 3 and the second most common is a grade 4, the Gleason score is a 7. One to 5, one being most well differentiated, 5 being the least well differentiated, so you have 5 being highly abnormal, and then you have 1 being similar to cells, right? Normal cells. But from him, he has a 9? So that means he has a 5 and a 4. So that's the most highly abnormal. And usually with those people, yeah, we don't have a unfortunate way of trying to treat those. Usually those are, yeah, that's all I can say. Biden, I mean, they can, they're treatment options, but yeah, it's, he's, there's no way of, like, getting rid of it completely. There's not a lot of research on those. Treatment options with his physicians, who noted that the cancer is hormone sensitive, allowing for effective management. Oh, well, that is the 46th president, unfortunately, has gotten cancer. Uh, Bomb blast. Oh yeah, so they found out who the person was at the bomb blast. Apparently. Here's their timeline allowance. No. Excuse me. I burped in my mouth. Let's see. Do I have it? Oh, right here. I was like, oh, where did I get? It's an article. Guy Edward Bartkiss, a 25-year-old dead man, was a resident of 29 Palms, a tiny settlement located roughly 35 miles northeast of Palm Springs. Guy Edward Bartkiss, a 25-year-old man, was identified as the bomber at the fertility clinic in Palm Springs, California. His online manifesto labeled himself a pro-mortalist, okay, who claimed that people wouldn't give his approval for him to exist, okay? Sure. Bartkiss 25 was a resident of 29 Palms and what? Excuse me, what? Uh, a tiny settlement located roughly 35 northeast of Palm Springs. Are you saying this guy was he bullied? I'm confused. He claimed that people didn't give their approval for him to exist. The fuck? What does that mean? Was he on the internet? Like what? He died after the explosion. Is said to be the suspect of horrific bombing. So he was the one who made the bombs. Well, he turned the vehicle into a bomb, basically. Before his killing, Bartkiss left behind a half-hour audio recording in which he described why he carried out the act. According to BNO, okay. I figured I would just make a recording explaining why I've decided to bomb an IVF building or clinic. The bombing suspect stated at the starting of the basically it just comes down to I'm angry that I exist and that nobody got my consent to bring me here. He's one of those guys. Okay. So he goes and bombs a clinic. Okay. I don't know how that works. Okay, sure. I guess you can say there's some symbolism there, I guess. I don't know. Fucking. Barkas went on to calling himself anti-life, saying that he was against IVF and is extremely wrong. Oh man, he sounds like a Sasan. Except he doesn't go that far to like fucking suicide. These are people who are having kids after they've sat there and they thought about it. How much more stupid can it get? He continued. According to law enforcement officials, Barkas allegedly attempted to record his attack using a tripod and a camera. The file did not upload to his website. His best friend Sophie, who had similar opinions, recently passed away after persuading her lover to shoot her while she was sleeping. Jesus Christ. In a frequently asked questions section of his website, Barkas wrote, IIRC, we had agreed that if one of us died, the other would probably soon follow. I'm sorry, what? Was Barkas only person killed in Palm? Officials have not publicly identified Barkas' remains, but it is thought that he was the only person killed in Saturday's blast at American Reproductive Centers. Moreover, 4 more injured persons were rushed to the hospital. That's good. Well, at least he only took his own life. Jesus Christ. At a briefing, I'm guessing because the explosion was... yesterday, if you saw where the explosion, or like how far the blast was, I guess, where all the glass and shit was, yeah. Probably fucking shattered glass all over people and shit. Anyways. Make no mistake, this is an intentional act of terrorism. It is believed that all of the banked embryos are safe because the clinic was not open at the time of the attack. That's good. Oof. Well, at least he's the only one that took his own life, you fucking asshole. And then we had... And then you have this. This happened.
Holy crap.
Mexico! You can see that there's people there. Oh shit.
What is going on? Oh, what?
You can see there's people right there.
Dude, the bridge is shaking out there.
You see people right there. They're just like, oh shit.
This is insane.
They should get out of the way. Holy shit indeed, sir. I forgot to fucking...
Dude, there's people up there.
Yeah, there's people up there.
There's literally people. This is insane.
Yup. There's gonna be a lot of lawsuits coming for this. Fucking jeez. Whatever the fuck happened, holy shit. Oh yeah, we'll read this shit because Bungie did a oopsies. Bungie did a oopsies. Fucking idiots. Man. And the great big old Bungie. How big companies can fall too. The smallest things. Oh, you fucked up. Oh, that's too fucking bad. Now you're gonna get raked over the fucking coals. Especially in your guys' industry where it seems like it's pretty prevalent. Uh... Here it is. Oop. Yeah, there's people right here.
What is going on?
Right. There's people there. You could see it. There's people there. As could be seen snapping and partially collapsing in videos posted on social media.
Oh, what?
I mean, look at that. Oh, I see. I think they will see it.
The captain that was maneuvering the ship lost, I guess, power of the ship and the current. Mechanic.
Lost control of the engine. Huh. That's strange. Kind of sounds like what happened to the Brooklyn Bridge, or the other bridge.
Function caused the ship to go right into
Ran
the
straight
pillar
into
of
the pillar
bridge.
or into the support, right into that fucking support beam, and just collapsed the whole bridge.
Officials say 2 people are dead and more than a dozen hurt after a Mexican
Oh, it is
Navy
the
ship
Brooklyn.
struck the Brooklyn Bridge last night.
Sorry,
Video
I
of
didn't
the
mean
collision
this is
posted
the
online
Brooklyn.
shows the mast of the
I
ship
forgot what
scraping the underside
the
of the
other
bridge.
bridge.
Look at
So
that
I
there.
forgot.
Oh my goodness.
The cargo ship
Several
that ran
people were
into
on
the
the mast of the
fucking
ship as well when it
right
struck that bridge. Witnesses say they thought the
Forgot
ship
which
was
one that
going to be
was.
able to make it under the bridge before the crash.
It was a little bit shocking when it hit. We were all a little bit panicked. It was crazy.
Officials say the ship's operator lost power and mechanical function, which caused the ship to collide with the bridge. In total, 267 people were aboard.
267. Fuck. Jesus. 2 dead. Yikes. There's gonna be some lawsuits. Holy. Oh shit, I didn't get one. What do we got
In
here?
LA County, there is an area in LA County that has gotten so bad.
Oh, yeah,
Rubbish
yummy.
fires and illegal dumping happens every single day.
Illegal
Business owners and
dumping,
community
nice.
members just can't take it anymore.
Fox 11's Haley Winslow joins us live from South LA with the story you'll see only on Fox 11. Haley?
Yummy.
Christine and Alex, we're right outside of Station 64 here in Watts, and firefighters say easily 95% of the fires that they go on are these homeless fires. They literally just pulled back into the station from one. This report details 500 of them since January 1st, and that's just the city. Double that if you include the county fires, and those are just the fires. The other stories you're about to hear, you just won't believe.
Pretty lawless out here. I feel like people feel unsafe. The kids aren't allowed to go outside on their own without, being with adult supervision.
Worse in recent years, but Cesar Verdeen says it's been going on for the nearly half a century his family has run a real estate and manufacturing business here. Advanced Finishing in LA's South Bay, a monkey junction of jurisdictions.
So right now you're on federal property. This belongs to Union Pacific Railroad. Now we're going into Caltrans, which is state property. And then that area out there is the city of Los Angeles.
Unincorporated LA County also included in the gray area, and they all point fingers. This is the 110 portion of the 110-105 interchange, and you may recognize the 110 and this music playing. It's from the famous opening scene of La La Land when traffic is stopped and they're all dancing. And it's continuously, for years, home to all of these rubbish, homeless fires and trash. More than 1,000 fires here since January. This is part of the report, and a video of about 100 tires recently on fire under the overpass. Crime. These are masked men who roll up with AK-47s. Graffiti and illegal dumping.
We have 400 pounds of pork shoulder marinating on Figueroa and 127th that was dumped overnight. And then on Saturday, we had 1,000 pounds of pork ribs dumped on the street.
Bodies being dumped on the railroads.
And listen to this.
There was a woman laying in the middle of the tracks, and the train couldn't stop in time, so it hit her and it severed her leg. And then a homeless person actually took the leg into an encampment. Thank God it wasn't in the storm drain, because we have people living in the storm drain right now.
Community advocate Dave Matthews found the woman's leg at the 110 and Redondo Beach Boulevard, an area recently cleaned up.
You could actually smell the jasmine on the street, which usually you know what it smelled like before.
But this 8-square-mile danger zone has a long way to go. Their constant plea for local leaders' help, they say, lost down a dark hole. They're hoping the governor's latest plan makes a drastic dent.
But I'm sick and tired of all the barriers and all the BS and all the excuses. So that's the spirit of this model ordinance.
Because this family is quickly losing hope.
We just want some law and order. You know, everyone pays their taxes. California is one of the most expensive states to live in, and we feel like our tax money should be coming up with solutions instead of the problems getting bigger.
Governor Newsom's model ordinance gets rid of any legalities when it comes to, gives local jurisdictions the ability to make positive change when it comes to these homeless encampments. For instance, if encampments are there for more than 3 days, or if they're sleeping on the sidewalk, this gets rid of any excuses and allows them to make positive change. Reporting live in Watts, I'm Haley Winslow at Fox 11 News.
California. Super cool to the homeless. Yep, that's what happens when you're Gavin Newsom and you just be like, "Oh, I'm on the Golden State Bridge. I'm gonna be a fucking cunt to tell everyone to come to California." Yeah, go fucking noose yourself.
The judge is now removed from criminal cases. This in the wake of allegations of misconduct on the bench. Thanks for staying with us here at 6:30. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. The most recent allegations from a public defender who says the judge accused her in court of having sex with her client.
Now, this is a story our 8 News Now investigators broke today. Kyle Payne in court for the most recent hearing. So, Kyle, what's the latest here?
Denise, Brian, we broke the story of a public defender whose 90-page affidavit detailed a strained professional relationship. So she asked the judge, Erica Blue, be removed from the case. Now, news the court has removed her from all criminal cases. Before we learned that news, I went to the case Blue was removed from, and from which those allegations stemmed. And here's what happened.
Anna Stone on behalf of Mr. Garner.
Attorney Anna Stone from the Clark County Public Defender's Office in court Thursday with her client Jermaine Garner.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, Ms. Stone.
In front of Judge Eric Johnson.
So it's like, why we had this confusion.
Confusion taking center stage, with Johnson taking over from fellow District Court Judge Erica Ballou, who Stone from the Public Defender's Office argued should be removed from Garner's case, saying in a 90-page court filing earlier this month, Ballou, quote, has a demonstrated deep-seated antagonism towards me that makes fair judgment impossible. And she used examples from several cases, including that she repeatedly scolded Stone in open court, saying things like, I want you to do your job, counsel. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Ultimately, Stone saying Ballou crossed a line she couldn't walk back. That Ballou, after court one morning from the bench, quote, accused me of my client, alleging I was having a sexual relationship with the defendant. That defendant was Deshaun Cross, who ultimately served 40 days on a guilty plea for an attempted residential burglary felony.
And so I think it would be appropriate to give him another opportunity with additional guardrails.
The guardrails Stone asked for in Thursday's case were for Garner before he's sentenced for stealing a car. Stone says Ballou kept Garner in jail for a long time for no reason. Not willing to discuss it, not willing to change your mind, and not willing to let Garner go anywhere.
Something just happened.
Something just happened in Ballou's courtroom between the judge and the lawyer, Garner's wife told the 8 News Now investigators after court in a new courtroom in front of a new judge Thursday, where her husband's situation finally got some resolution.
I don't know what's going on with Judge Blue and the public defender, but my husband got caught in the middle.
Now, Kyle, you followed this closely. What is next for Ballou?
Well, the main thing, Brian, other than this news of her not overseeing criminal cases indefinitely, apparently is several items before the Commission on Judicial Discipline, which has been unfolding for quite some time and should be interesting to watch unfold.
Thanks for your reporting on it. More from Kyle over on 8newsnow.com. Denise?
Damn, Vegas. You guys are fucked up like New York and California. What is this? Oh, this is news. This is news. News. Over 100 people killed in Gaza after airstrike from Israel.
Have killed at least 103
Oh,
people
wow.
across the Gaza Strip. The strike apparently
More
hit
war,
multiple houses
eh?
and tents, even displacing.
Didn't Israel just like hit Hezbollah? They recently killed Hamas leader. They recently killed Hezbollah leader. Dude, they're just fucking going in and just fucking killing all these leaders, man. Jeez. I think that's why they're all like, yeah, no, we're done with getting help from the US. Peace. And then they started just knocking out all these fucking leaders.
Dozens of people living along the battered enclave. This violence comes as Israel steps up its military actions in Gaza with a brand new operation called Gideon's Chariots. Israel claims the plan is all about taking more land, moving hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to the south of Gaza, and gaining better control over how aid is distributed.
Yeah, that's Gaza. It's fucking rubble. Fucking yeah, they're all like, we want you to come back to Gaza and clean up even though war is still going on. Please help. Like, dude, what the fuck? Are you out of your mind? You guys need to fucking, go somewhere else for the time being because people are killing each other. You know?
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox. Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox. It is 7:27 on the East Coast and 4:27 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I do want to get to some breaking news that we are following coming in out of the Middle East. Take a look at this tweet coming in from the Israel War Room. They say, quote, initial reports say the body of Hamas terror leader Mohammed Sinwar has been found in a tunnel struck by the IDF in southern Gaza's
they did it.
Yunus. Now, all of this information here just
Oh,
coming into our newsroom at this hour. Mohammed Sinwar had been targeted by the Israel Defense Forces just last week in an underground command compound below a hospital.
Should we add
The
in
Saudi news
Mohammed in
reports
the mix
also
too?
state that the bodies of
Hassan
10
Mohammed
of the terror
Didi.
leader's aides were found
Bin Laden
alongside him.
Piker.
Now, we are working to get additional information on all of that, and we do have this photo that was released of Sinwar here.
Oh shit!
Was
Hey,
released
one of your
by the IDF
homies.
several weeks
One of your
ago.
homies,
And again, it
Hassan.
appears
Oh
that he
no.
has been found dead. All of this
Oh, no,
information still coming
Hassan.
in from the
What
Israel War Room
happened?
and reports
Oh,
out of Saudi
no.
Arabia. Mohammed Sinwar is the little brother of Yahya Sinwar, the former leader of the Hamas terror group, who was taken out by the Israeli military last October, about a year after the October 7th
Oh,
massacre in
that's
which
so
terrorists
sad.
attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking about 250 others hostage. Mohammed Sinwar took over a top leadership role within the Hamas terror group nearly a year ago and is believed to have become the de facto leader after the killing of his brother. Israeli leaders have said that Mohammed Sinwar had become an obstacle in obtaining a ceasefire agreement with Hamas to pause the war in Gaza, at least temporarily, and release the remaining hostages that have been held for nearly 600 days. Just days ago, Adon Alexander, the last remaining American hostage, was turned back over to Israel in a show of good faith to President Donald Trump. Alexander had been kidnapped at the age of 19 and is now 21 years old. He actually spoke over the phone with President Trump after his release, the White House posting that audio obtained by others. And I do want to play that out for you here on Live Now from Fox. The call itself, just about 1 minute in length.
Mr. President.
Oh my God. The guy that just was released.
Bigger celebrity than I am. No. Edon is the hottest celebrity in the world right now. So that's crazy. But that's no way to become a celebrity, right? We'll do it a different way the next time for you. Crazy. Well, we're very honored. Well, it's crazy. Just because of you, I'm here. You're the only reason I'm here with you. You saved my life. Honestly, you saved my life. How was it? Are you free to talk a little bit? I'm on speaker and there's a bunch of cameras. So. Yeah, I don't really know. I just wanted to ask. There are going to be cameras around you for a while. That's okay. Yeah, I know. But the press has been very fair to you, I must say. And it's been really, it's been an amazing journey. You know, for a while we thought we lost you, actually. A lot of people thought you were not around anymore. There was a period of time. Yeah, I know. Just really honored, and you're an American, and we love you, and we're going to take good care of you, and your parents are incredible. I saw your mother. She was pushing me around a little bit. She was putting a lot of pressure on me.
Like a good mom.
We had a
like a Jewish mom.
Well, there you have it. No, what was... Oh, shit.
We got you on video. We got you, your vehicle.
Let's see what's going on in the Greek-Armenian media.
India in details.
Indians should know what is happening in Armenia and Greece right now. Operation Sindoor has not just delivered a knockout blow to the terrorists in Pakistan, but also it has sent a wave of happiness and satisfaction in Greece and Armenia. These days, India and its Operation Sindoor are all over the Greek and Armenian media. Yes, it is not just Indians who are celebrating their victory. They have, with them, people from these two countries who have many reasons to celebrate India's victory too. When Indian weapons were destroying the terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan, it was actually bringing smiles to many faces in Greece and Armenia. Yes, it is not just the Armenian and the Greek media, but also many ordinary Greeks and Armenians who are openly displaying their love and support for India, and especially these two men. How happy they must be feeling now.
Greeks and
so
the
let's start with Armenia first.
Armenians are fighting back
that is
too.
considered to be
I don't like this
Azerbaijan's
shit.
enemy and the purchaser of India's sophisticated weapons. To start with, a group
Punishing
of Indians were
Turkey?
able
Wait,
to hold
what?
an
Did I see
awareness
that
campaign
correctly?
in the capital, chaser of India's sophisticated.
Is this why Hassan's like, oh, fuck India? Is that why?
Sophisticated weapons. To start with, a group
Oh,
of Indians
no wonder
were able
he's
to hold
racist
an
against so
awareness
many
campaign
people.
in the capital of Armenia. They marched around the city center holding banners, raising awareness about Islamic terrorism. Armenian media often publishes India-friendly content, and it also gives a lot of coverage to India's latest cutting-edge weapons. An example of that you can see over here. According to Mher Grigoryan, who is Armenia's deputy prime minister, India continues to have important significance for Armenia, and Armenia treats India's successes and achievements with affinity. For Armenians, India is a very important country, as they benefit immensely from Indian defense equipment and Indian technology. There is no surprise that the Prime Minister of Armenia has used words like friendly
India
people
has
of India to
a
refer
relationship
to India.
with
And the country's
Armenia
Ministry of Foreign Affairs uses
Greece,
these words.
basically.
Armenia stands with brotherly India against any form of terrorism. Point 2. Now let's see how ordinary Greeks, the Greek politicians, and the Greek media have reacted to India's victory, Operation Sindoor, and to
Seems like they have a
India-Pakistan
trade
tensions.
relationship and
Kachimerini
are on
is
good
a leading
terms.
newspaper in Greece. Of course, Greeks seem happy that their rival Turkey is being punished by Indian travelers. Of course, Greece, just like Armenia, has issued India-friendly statements on various occasions. An article on Greek Reporter presents Armenia and Greece as alternatives for Indian tourists. The Greek media also tends to focus a lot on the strong defense ties between India and Greece. As mentioned here, for Greece, the India-Greece partnership will have a new powerful ally in India to counter the Turkey-Pakistan alliance. According to Paul Antonopoulos, pro-India sentiment is certainly on the rise in Greece, especially in the last 5 years. He adds,
Hassan,
the
it
Greek
looks
public
like
is
you
very
gotta put
quickly
another
realizing
country
the
on your
idea
list
of
that
my
you have to
enemy's
go
enemy
after.
is my friend, and sees India as a key counterweight to Pakistan's support for Turkey. Not only that, according to Paul Antonopoulos, Indian tourists are always
looks
well
like
behaved
Hassan
and respectful.
everyone's
On the other
against
hand,
the whole
many in
world.
Greece are getting increasingly frustrated with illegal immigrants from Pakistan. Tanea, which is a popular newspaper in Greece, recently published an article that revealed something shocking about Pakistanis who are illegally living in Greece. In an interview, Javiet Aslam, who is the president of the Pakistani community of Greece, said, "There should be one mosque for every 300 to 400 immigrants." Yes, Pakistani immigrants want more mosques to be built in Greece, and many Greeks are not comfortable with that. After all, in central Athens, Omonia is the main hub of illegal immigrants, and many of them are from Pakistan. Even Pakistani media proudly presents this part of Greece as mini Pakistan in Athens. And quite shamelessly, while boasting about this so-called mini Pakistan in Athens, this article in this Pakistani media outlet mentions that most of the Pakistanis in Greece were men who had entered the country illegally with the help of human smugglers through the land route of Iran and Turkey to Greece.
Pakistan does not recognize Armenia as a sovereign state and has tense relations with both Greece and Armenia due to geopolitical conflicts and alliance.
During the ongoing India-Pakistan tensions, recently there was a big drama on the streets of Greece in a shocking decision. Reportedly, Greek authorities did not allow the Indian community in Greece to protest. Even some Greek politicians were shocked due to this. As reported here, Member of Parliament Alexandros Zerveas of the Spartans Party slammed the decision to prohibit the peaceful, legal gathering of Indian nationals in Athens. On the other hand, on many occasions, Pakistanis have openly caused chaos on the streets of Greece with their anti-India protests. According to journalist Paul Antonopoulos, the way the Greek authorities have dealt with our Indian friends has been nothing short of
if Turkey gets nuked because of their relationship
the Indian
with
community will
Pakistan,
not cause problems despite their treatment, while the Pakistanis can continue their illegal activities, such as human
you can
smuggling,
blame that on
drug
whatever your
and terrorism.
countrymen are doing.
In my opinion, this is a shortcoming that India needs to discuss with Greece on an urgent basis. Overall, there seems to be a big change in how many in Greece perceive
Do you know
India
the
now.
game of
Today,
war?
Greek media can be seen publishing articles exposing Pakistan and supporting India's truth. India's success on the battlefield against Pakistan was also seen with a lot of interest and curiosity in Greece. Point 5. The opening of the first India-Greece-Cyprus Business Forum can be seen as an important milestone for India. India-Greece-Cyprus Economic Corridor must be making Turkey restless. India, quietly but effectively, is pursuing its interests in the region. Politicians or ordinary citizens, today, many well-informed Greeks are saying this. Greece stands with India. For Greece, their interests mostly seem geopolitical and selfish, but it definitely opens a window of opportunity for India. Indians don't mind if more netizens post images like these. Greece plus India. Together we are stronger. Greece stands with India. as posted here, Greece stands with India against the terrorist state of Pakistan. According to the editor-in-chief of Directors.gr, India, with its immense economic and military clout, can serve as a valuable partner for Greece. Of course, Greece-India ties are worrying Turkey, but this is the strange path that Turkey has chosen. It has rejected India's Vasudev Kutumbakam and Dosti, and it has embraced the country that is known as the epicenter of global terrorism. But by doing this, Turkey is not just going to lose money and respect. It is, as it has been before, once again, on the wrong side of history. In a way, many see it as Turkey digging its own geopolitical grave.
Well, there you have it. India in Details. By Carolina Goswami. She sounds like she's probably from like Greece or something, right? She's got that accent. Sounds like she's from that region.